This is a block display, an entity capable of camouflaging into any block and being altered in the strangest ways. Now this is a house made out of a bunch of tiny little block displays. And this is a gigantic Minecraft ship shrunken down to the size of only 2 blocks. And no, I didn't summon all the block displays by hand. So, how did I do it? Well, using a 3D printer in Minecraft. This machine is capable of printing any area of your world to the size of a single block, while staying 100% in vanilla Minecraft. And yeah, that means no mods and no resource packs, just a simple data pack made out of a bunch of commands. Now, you may say, didn't Roko do this like a month ago or something? And yeah, I know, but his designs seem to have some minor issues.
There are no issues. The staircases are facing the wrong directions. The fences don't connect. And it doesn't even do water. So, there's a lot of issues.
So well, in this video, I fixed them. And to be honest, I did finish coding this data pack like a month ago, but I kind of left the video sitting in a corner collecting dust. But anyway, that doesn't matter. Let me show you how I made this and how it works. Okay, so to start off, we are of course going to need to select the area we want to copy. I am making use of spawn eggs, so you can visualize what area you're going to print. And Roko did this using commands, which is also fine. I just liked using the visualization so you could see what you're going to copy and then to where you're going to copy. Now, to get these spawn eggs, you can simply type /function and then give and then any of the 5 options. So you can print 16, 32 or 64 blocks and then the location, and you can also remove the print afterwards. Now it's time to do the printing. And there are a few steps you want to do when printing. And first, of course, we need to scan the area which we are going to print. Know what block is where. Then we need to paste the block down to a smaller size on the location we want to print. And then we need to get the correct block state. So, for example, if a log is facing a different direction, or if the torch is hanging on the wall or on the ground. So, of course, we're going to start with scanning the area. And to do that, it's basically the same like how Roko did it. He also explained it. So let's visualize it with this armor stand. It's going to start on the corner of the printing area. And then every time it's going to move over 1 block. And it's going to have a look at if there's a block over there and what the block type is. So now to show you how that works in action, I modified the code of my data pack to summon an armor stand that you can see. Okay, so if I select the area I want to print and then select the location. And then I slow down the game a little so it's easier to see. Now whenever I start it, it's going to summon an armor stand over here and summon an armor stand over here. And they'll be moving. So let me show you. As you can see, this armor stand is moving over a few blocks every time and checking what block there is on that spot. And then this armor stand over here is moving at exactly 1/16 of a block, because we have 16 blocks here. So we need to have a total of 16 mini blocks. So of course it needs to move by a 16th of a block. And then if there were a block over there, it would paste it right here. So that is basically how the scanning works. It'll just move over by 1 block in that direction, and then when it reaches the end, it'll move over a block in this direction, and then once it reaches the end of the plane, it'll move up by 1 block, as you can see. Okay, so now it's time to copy the blocks. So to start off, I'm just going to summon a mini glass block wherever we have a block over here. And then now you can see once I right click, it's going to start moving again. And if it detects a block, it will paste a glass block over here. As you can see, a tiny glass block. Now there's one little fix you can still make to this, and that has to do with that it's kind of slow at the moment, because it also checks the air blocks. So if we just code it to skip any air blocks, it's going to be way faster. Okay, so now that I programmed that in, you should see it be way faster whenever I right click it. Oh, I think I forgot to reload. Wait, let me do that. There, you see, like the armor stand can't really keep up, but as you can see, now it's really only copying this. It's not moving around in this empty space. It just moves around at the locations of blocks. So that's just a minor improvement that I wanted to code in, and it works. Now, you know what isn't working? Copying the block. Probably the most important part of this data pack. So let's have a little look at how Roko did it and see if we can adapt that.
We can make this a little easier just by copying and pasting from this list of every block in the game. So now I can just paste it into this data pack file and I have the full list. And then we want this to run for every block, so I'll write this command. So now I can grab this first part before the block value, copy this, and then paste it for every block.
Yeah, no, I'm not making a list of every block in the game. Now that's not gonna cut it. But you know what? I think I have a better idea. Okay, so we have some dirt blocks here, and whenever I destroy them, well, they spawn a dirt block item. Now, this is all connected to a loot table. This is basically something every entity, every block, and every chest has to determine what should be inside the chest, or what the entity should drop, or what the block should drop. And this is also what gives diamonds or other ores their randomness. But now get this, what if there was a certain command that could spawn the loot in item form if it would mine a certain block? Yeah, no, that would totally be crazy. I mean, why would that even exist? You know, why would that even exist? That would be crazy. Okay, so it turns out it does actually exist, and we can get any block into item form with a simple command. Now, get this, this doesn't work on like every block. For example, stone, it would drop cobblestone, right? I mean, that makes sense. But what if there was a way we could make it mine using a netherite pickaxe, enchanted with silk touch? That would be insane. Well, the thing is, we can actually do that. I mean, have a look at this. Look, now we're getting stone, and this works in everything. If we get some diamond ore, you know, it would, well, drop the diamond ore. Yeah, it's insane. It works, and it's insane. Okay, but now, how are we gonna get the data of an item onto a block display? Well, have a look at this. If we use the data get command, we can actually get the block type that the item has. So data get entity, and then the item, and then item.id. As you can see, Minecraft gold block. Now, if we use the data modify command, we can modify the data of the entity type equals block display, and then I'm pretty sure it's block state dot name, and then set from entity type equals item, and then item dot id. And there we go. We got the data from the item and we pasted it onto the block display. And this is basically the code we're going to use throughout the entire printer for every single block. So now if we make another print, you can see it's actually going to copy the block and paste it onto the block display. So this is exactly what we want. Now the last issue is, of course, when using the stairs. If I place them down, just like this, in all the random orientations, and then if I make a new print, you can see that all the stairs are all facing into the south direction. But this one is facing north, and this one is curved, and that it doesn't happen here. So how are we going to fix that? Well, let me show you. So here we have a stair block display, and if I want to change the direction it's facing, I can use data merge, and then the entity type is block display, and then I can use properties facing south. There we go, it flipped. So now we of course need to tell the printer that if this stair is facing south, then this stair will face south. if it's facing east, or whatever direction this is. Yeah, east. It's the block display should be facing east. Now we can do this by using the execute if block, and then the block we're looking at currently is an oak stair facing south. Now you can see test passed, and if that happens, we can tell it to run data merge onto the block display. Now if we do this for every single block in the game, we're gonna have a giant list with so many commands in it, it's probably gonna lag out the game. So now let me show you how we can do this way easier. Let's say we have this block here. This is a stair, but if I press F3, you can see it's in the hashtag Minecraft wooden stairs group. So we can, instead of testing if it's an oak stair facing south, we can test if it's an Minecraft stairs facing south. And now it doesn't matter what stair I grab, the test will also always pass. So what I did, I grouped every single block in the game into a block tag. As you can see, it's called hashtag printer all. And now you may think, well, Roko also put a giant list of every block, so this isn't going to be way better, is it? Well, the thing is, block tags, they don't really run every tick, such as a command. So this is going to be way less intensive for your game to run. And now we can use the command I just showed, hashtag Minecraft stairs, but we can replace it with hashtag printer all. So there we go. You can see this. This passes because it's a stair facing south, but if we grab a chest, for example... Oh, I think it needs to face this direction. Yeah, there we go. The chest also passes. So this is a way better way of checking it. And now, the only thing I had to do was make this giant list of every block state that any block can be in, to check if that is true or false, and then paste it onto the block display. And again, this is still a giant list, but this is way better than writing one block state for every single block in the game. So now basically, let's say this stair, we have a spruce stair here facing east. We can say execute if block, and then printer all is facing east. Then run data merge entity at e type equals block display, and then we merge block state properties facing east. And now because this stair was facing east, it merged the data of making the block display face east. So if we change the east to south, it won't run because the stair isn't facing south. If I run the command again, it does work. So now if we apply everything we just learned to the printer, we can see that if we quickly reload the game, it'll print every log in the correct direction, every fence connecting to the other fences, and every stair facing the correct direction. And there we go, we made a miniature version of this house with 0 issues. Now I do need to tell you that some blocks, such as water or signs, they won't work. And this is something that is just unfixable. And the reason for that is because these blocks, they use a different rendering technique. For example, the water has to be at the correct height, or sometimes it's even diagonal, and no block in the game is diagonal, so it requires a different rendering technique. And the signs, they can have text on them, so it's also a different way of rendering it. And therefore, that's the only issue you'll really encounter when using the printer. Well, that's it. I hope you learned something from this video, and if you want to try this data pack out yourself, you can find the download links in the description. And Roko, if you're watching this, I hope you now understand how you can make your printer better. If you like this video, please leave a like, and if you want to enjoy further uploads, make sure to subscribe, and I'll stick to my upload schedule of every few months. So, see you in July, I guess.